What if your descendants no longer call you human? What if, in a world 100 or 200 years from now, Homo sapiens has become a, quote, species of the past? In 2012, CRISPR-Cas9 was demonstrated as a programmable tool capable of cutting targeted DNA, accelerating the practical application of genome editing. This was the moment humanity first acquired the power to rewrite its own DNA. In theory, intervention is possible for traits beyond disease, but enhancements like intelligence or lifespan are multifactorial and not yet at a stage where they can be realized safely and effectively. And here's where a crucial question emerges. If humans rewrite their own genes, merge with AI, and possess digital consciousness, are they still human? Or are we witnessing the birth of a new species? Today, let's explore the next stage of humanity: transhumans, posthumans, and the possibility of biological humanity's end. By the time you finish this video, you'll realize that the definition of being human is fundamentally shaken. Chapter 1. The Age When Genes Are Rewritten. Humanity has always evolved, but that evolution was natural selection, an extremely slow process. So what if we could choose our evolution instead of waiting for it? CRISPR technology can precisely cut and replace genetic DNA, like editing text in a word processor. Sickle cell disease, Huntington's disease, muscular dystrophy, pathways open for treating these genetic disorders. And finally, in late 2023, the world's first CRISPR-based therapeutic was officially approved, ushering humanity into an era where we cure disease by rewriting genes. In 2018, He Jiankui announced the birth of twins whose CCR5 gene he claimed to have edited, receiving worldwide condemnation. While targeting CCR5 could potentially reduce infection risk to some HIV strains, the effect was limited, and serious safety and ethical concerns were raised, including unknown health impacts. In 2019, Chinese authorities sentenced He Jiankui to 3 years in prison for illegal medical practice. And here's where a crucial question emerges. If gene editing becomes safe, how far should we intervene? Only disease prevention? Or is it permissible to enhance intelligence, improve physical abilities, and select aesthetic features? Currently, the clinical mainstream focuses on somatic cells, gene therapy targeting only the individual, while editing of germline cells such as embryos is subject to strict international oversight and restrictions. But if parents could design their children's genes, humanity might split into 2 tiers: genetically enhanced humans and unmodified natural humans. This could be the beginning of a new form of inequality. But gene editing is just the beginning. What awaits next is an even more fundamental transformation. Chapter 2. The Merger of Human and AI. Gene editing changes our hardware, but the next stage is expanding our software, the brain itself. So what if our thoughts were directly connected to the internet? Brain-computer interfaces, BCIs, are technology that directly reads neural signals from the brain and transmits them to computers. Already, paralyzed patients can control robotic arms, move cursors, and type text using thought alone. Neuralink published an overview of its high-channel BCI in 2019 and demonstrated the direction of implantable devices and surgical robots in animal experiments in 2020. This device is a multi-channel BCI designed to record signals at a scale of up to approximately 1024 channels, capable of recording and stimulating neural signals. In January 2024, the first human subject finally received this device implant. The goal was to enable paralyzed patients to move again. In fact, in 2024, footage of the first subject playing chess and enjoying online games using thought alone was shared with the world. Clinical research on BCIs isn't limited to Neuralink. University-led projects and other companies are also advancing. However, long-term safety, signal stability, and privacy of brain data remain major challenges. But Musk's ultimate goal is far more ambitious. He aims for symbiosis between humans and AI. In other words, our brains would directly exchange data with AI, upload and download memories, and acquire knowledge instantaneously. Futurist Ray Kurzweil predicts that the singularity will arrive around 2045. As an extension of this, he's mentioned the possibility of digitizing consciousness, so-called mind uploading, but the timeline for realization remains uncertain. Think about this for a moment. However, uploading consciousness is a hypothetical concept that modern neuroscience has not yet realized, with unresolved questions including whether personal identity would be preserved. If all your memories, thoughts, and emotions were digitized and stored in the cloud, would you still be you? And if your physical body died but your digital consciousness continued to exist forever, could that be called living? Parts of BCIs and gene editing are becoming reality. On the other hand, concepts like consciousness uploading remain at the stage of research and philosophical debate. But here's where the deepest questions begin. What is the essence of humanity? Does it reside in the biological body or in consciousness itself? Chapter 3. The Birth of Posthumans. Gene editing, AI fusion, and digital consciousness. All of these point in one direction. Posthuman, the existence that comes after human. So what is a posthuman? And should we be heading there? Philosopher Nick Bostrom established the modern philosophical framework of transhumanism. This is a philosophy that aims to use technology to transcend human physical and cognitive limitations and evolve into a more advanced existence, though it faces strong criticism from ethical inequality and human nature perspectives. Transhumans possess capabilities beyond conventional humans through genetic enhancement, cybergization, and fusion with AI. Lifespans of hundreds of years, intelligence rivaling supercomputers, disease and aging becoming things of the past. Already, aging research has made significant progress. Recent studies, for instance, a groundbreaking 2016 experiment reported that interventions removing senescent cells improved health indicators and extended survival in models such as mice. If applied to humans, lifespans of 120, 150, or even longer might become reality. But this isn't merely lifespan extension. This is a redefinition of the human species. Historian Yuval Noah Harari, in his book Homo Deus, discussed the possibility of humanity being upgraded into, quote, godlike beings. Beings with the power to conquer disease, halt aging, evade death, and even create new life and consciousness. And here's where a crucial question emerges. When we become posthuman, can we still be called human? When genes are rewritten, brains merge with AI, and bodies become cybergized, what defines humanity? Likely, our descendants won't understand us. Their cognitive abilities, values, and ways of being will be so far removed from ours, just as we cannot understand Neanderthals. Think about this for a moment. What if we are the last generation of pure Homo sapiens in human history? What if humanity, 100 or 200 years from now, views us like museum exhibits? This evokes both awe and terror. Are we at the pinnacle of evolution or merely stepping stones to a new species? And we face a new question. Should we embrace this transformation or resist it? Chapter 4. The Endless Quest. Now, today we've explored deeply the next stage of Homo sapiens. Through gene editing, we've acquired the power to rewrite our own biological blueprint. Through AI fusion, our cognitive abilities are being expanded, opening possibilities beyond the limits of flesh. And the concept of posthuman is forcing us to redefine the human species. Let me share the insights from today's exploration, insights for an endless quest. First, human evolution is no longer left to natural selection. With CRISPR technology, we can now select and design our own genes. This means the evolutionary process has shifted to, quote, self-selection. We've become the first species to determine our own biological future. Second, the essence of humanity lies not in the biological body, but in consciousness itself. If memories, thoughts, and emotions can be digitized and exist independent of flesh, humanity transcends the physical body. In the post-human era, we must answer the fundamental question, what makes humans human? Third, we may be the last generation of pure Homo sapiens in human history. In a future where genetic enhancement, AI fusion, and cybergization advance, our descendants will become fundamentally different beings from us. They won't understand us, and we won't fully understand them either. These three insights reveal that humanity stands at its greatest turning point in history. We are witnessing the end of biological evolution and the beginning of intentional self-transformation. Finishing today's exploration, I feel profound awe. In 200,000 years of history, humanity has finally acquired the power to control its own evolution. This is both an extraordinary possibility and an immeasurable responsibility. Our choices will determine the nature of existence for thousands of future generations. And I feel both fear and hope toward this transformation. Fear comes from the anxiety that we might make irreversible mistakes. But hope arises from the belief that humanity can evolve into something wiser, more compassionate, and more sustainable. This isn't merely a technological question. This is an ontological question. Finally, I want to ask you this. If you were given the choice of genetic enhancement, AI fusion, and digital immortality, what would you choose? And if your choice would transform you into something that is no longer human, would you still choose that path? These questions don't have answers yet. But continuing to ask is what moves us forward. Because the future is not a predetermined fate, it's something we create. After you finish this video and return to daily life, I want you to be slightly more conscious of the definition of being human that you take for granted. Disease, aging, death, are these truly the human condition, or are they simply biological constraints? And if you could overcome them, what would you lose and what would you gain? In daily life, you might notice that technology is gradually changing us. Smartphones extend our memory, AI supplements our thinking, and medical technology prolongs our lifespan. The accumulation of small changes might one day transform us into fundamentally different beings. Share your insights in the comments. Your questions become the force that moves this channel forward. I'm grateful that you've accompanied me on this intellectual journey to the very end today. On this channel, we continue exploring humanity's future, the nature of consciousness, and the intersection of technology and humanity. If you're interested in questioning established concepts, confronting deep questions, and seeing the world from new perspectives, please subscribe to the channel. Next time, I have another journey prepared that will shake your perception. Let's explore the unknown together. Until next time.